Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Sadia Mazur, and today I am here with a fresh podcast type of setup using my portable studio equipment. And here, right now, you can see the screen where I want to share the case study about Torque 360 SMC Private Limited. First of all, you have to confirm if you are able to hear me well. You can give me your reviews and comments. And if you have any problem while doing so, just to let me know so that I should fix all the things from my side. And moreover, I would avoid any extra discussions so that I am not diverted from the actual purpose due to which I am here online, right? Because I took a lot of time to set up everything on my side, and just imagine, just to make sure that my internet does not get disrupted, I ensured that I have a well managed and properly, uh, you know, uh, proper length uh, landware, right? So when I say these things, I have to consider the importance of why I am here, and at the same time, I have to value the people who always want to listen to me, right? So when I say these things, here I am, and you can see the screen right now, and this is the research paper I was talking about, where my whole story along with how I registered Talk 360 SMC Private Limited was uh, made public, right? So if you see this area, right, you can see that these are the international visitors who have visited this whole, research paper. Now, let me just tell you what this journal is. Whenever I'm sorry for the cough because I have some cough and sore throat. Please pardon me for that if I do that. All right. So, this is the case study. Basically, normally, what happens in a case study, there is a whole scenario where the writers or the authors of that case study are describing the entire scenario, like what has happened with that person, how much that person has struggled to achieve anything particular thing, right? And then afterwards, what that particular person is doing to achieve his or her goals, right? So when we are talking about these struggles, the way to move forward, how we are pursuing everything, right? And what are the back end struggles that many of the people don't even know about, but we are doing that from our side. There are so many days, there are so many nights when we are really worried what would happen with us, what would happen with our goals. There are so many days where we are feeling like we can't do anything. We are so much morally down that we don't understand how we are going to cope up with anything at all, right? So when you are alhamdulillah covered in a case study, and that case study's importance, this is what I'm going to try to tell you about. So basically, Islamic International University has its own journal. Basically, IIUM, it's known as uh, International Islamic University. um, I don't know what M stands for, but that's what I understand, that they made it public, right? So when someone is, doing his or her PhD, I guess many of you who are hearing me right now, many of you are belonging from the academics field, right? So if you are from that domain, so if you are from that domain, right, you will understand that getting your research paper published is not a one day job. It's not very easy. There are so many steps and processes involved, right? Like in especially your masters, I remember when I was doing my thesis, I had my supervisor. He rejected my thesis at least 5 times. And after this fifth time, the sixth attempt was approved. And believe me, how much time did I take? Can you imagine that? I took almost a year, because there were some bad days for me. Like I was emotionally so down. There was the incident of APS. Then my eldest, Omani Jan, passed away the same year when APS happened. Like it was the gap of hardly 2 days, that's it, right? I was so much stressed and so much worried about everything. Literally, I stopped driving. I literally stopped talking to people. I literally could not even look into eyes of other people for like good 2 months at least, right? But then I was counseled. I was told by everyone around me that okay, these things are natural. You will have to lose people around you someday. Either you're willing to do that or not, but you have to do that, right? So uh, then even my supervisor was so much cooperative. He kept on motivating me again and again, again and again, again and again. That okay, beta, I understand your pain. I understand how much struggle you are doing already. I understand you already don't have parents, so you are more sensitive than many of us right now. So when I talk about these things, this was the mental state right at that time. Then I showed some sort of dedication, and I realized that okay, whether I like it or not, I have to complete my thesis. Whether I have to wake up for like good 22 hours a day, I have to still do it. I still remember I used to, you know, I used to sleep for hardly 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 months, sorry, 2 or 3 hours only in every day, right? And imagine what that caused. It caused migraine problem. I never used to have migraine before that. But then afterwards, I realized that okay, I have to live with it. I already had some issues of stomach ulcer, right? Few years ago, like it was diagnosed, and alhamdulillah, it was cured, and it was stable as well. I'm sorry for the cough. So, right. So then, I realized I have to work. I should not listen to the negative energies emerging in my brain. I should listen to my heart. I have to complete my thesis no matter what. I have to complete this degree no matter what happens, right? So I was this much determined. Now, if you see my fist, it is this much, strength I used to show at that time. Then afterwards, what happened? I got my degree, alhamdulillah. I felt so much happy that okay, now I got a degree in my hand. I used to assume okay, now my degree is in my hand, I would right away get a job, right? And I would used to think, okay, I spent or like we spent we why because my whole family was supporting me in my MBA time, financially as well. So right, I understand that how much struggle they were also doing from their side, how much struggle I had to do daily. I used to go to the school, sorry, to the university, using local conveyances to save my cost, my traveling cost. And I did have a car as well, but that that used to cost me a lot. If I talk about the fuel cost, that was so expensive, traveling for like good 120 minutes per day for each side, and multiply by 2, what would be the answer? It would be almost like 240 minutes a day was my traveling time, that too while I was sitting in conveyance, right? And what about the walking hours or the walking time period? You will not be counting that most probably, right? So that was almost like when I used to go to my university, it was outside, like it was near Riven. Bobatiya Chowk, right? So it was so much far away from my home, and I had to, even walk for like what 2 to 3 kilometers a day. And I used to have so much foot and lower leg pain daily, and I used to wish that someone should be massaging my feet at that time. But then I used to realize, no, if I start thinking like this, how would I walk for the next day? So this is how I kept on, pursuing my degree. And I used to do one thing when I was, on my journey, when I was going to my university. I used to recite Durud Sharif continuously rather than talking to people around, rather than sending useless forward messages. I did use social media that time as well, but I used to spend some time on reciting the Root Sharif. I used to do Allah's zikr. Believe me believe me I used to feel I am on a skating board and someone is driving that. Can you imagine that? The same person who used to have so much of foot pain, right? So much of foot pain, became so strong that she used to feel she is on a skating board that is actually not used for walking slow. It was running faster, right? So fast, so fast, so fast that one could not imagine. It looks like I have to pause just a second. All right. So actually, I had a call, so that's why I had to mute everything and turn off the camera. Right now, please ignore the distraction you can hear in the background. Anyway, this was the story, right? Back then, when I was doing my MBA, right? Then afterwards, I realized, okay, now I have to achieve some goals in life because I had promised my parents that I have to do something for them, and I have to become a salaswa for them, and to become sadka jariya for them, right? For giving them the benefit of what they have, they worked hard on me. So I wanted to make sure that now it's the time for me to prove that where their tarbiyah is going, right? So, so this is the case study I want to discuss today. This is one of the achievements I have. Like, first of all, I was recognized, alhamdulillah, 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 by my own university. Then afterwards, Pakistan Software Export Board also included my name in Extraordinary Freelancers of Pakistan, and I feel happy to understand and see that whenever I see, and I am still in that main group, which is a big blessing for me that I am in direct WhatsApp contact with all the other prestigious people who are mentioned in that book. So in that sense, I can say that yes, I am in direct contact regularly with Pakistan Software Export Board, just due to that name recognition. And there is so much indirect marketing. There is so much direct marketing of tech destination Pakistan and Pakistan Software Export Board, and even us, all the people who have been featured, right? So it's an honor. by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are no ones, we just try to work hard, and it's in the end, it's Allah who, blesses us with everything. So it's indeed a big blessing for all of us. Okay, so the case study here is basically published by Miss Kamna Anam. She approached me. Actually, she took my detailed telephonic interview, and she told me that she wants to do a case study on my business. And I said, most welcome. She's actually my very good friend as well, and not a very close family member, but she is a family member, a bit far away, but she is a very good friend of me, right? So she said, okay, I'm doing my PhD. I want to, you know, do a case study on your business because you are a woman led business person. I would want to interview you. So I said, most welcome. I'm available. Do let me know what you want to ask about anything, right? So she said, okay, now my idea is to dig the details of how much struggle you have been doing as a woman in Pakistan, as a mother, as a married person, and as an entrepreneur. Like, there are so many challenges involved, and I'm using these terms, right? So she wanted to have a detailed case study on this topic. Now, interestingly, she included two of other, fellows as well. So they also participated with her in the case study. Now, when we are writing a case study in academic writing, what do we do? Normally, we write an abstract. We normally write an abstract. Okay. Normally, we write an abstract, and then afterwards, we pursue with what we want to do. Right? Okay. So, what we do normally, we write the whole research paper, then afterwards we write the abstract. ठीक है, abstract क्या होता है बेसिकली? Abstract ये होता है कि आपका जो सारा रिसर्च पेपर आपने लिख लिया ना, उसको आपने शॉर्ट फॉर्म में बताना होता है कि आपका जो रीडर है वो अगर क्विक रीडिंग करना चाह रहा है ना कि आपके पेपर के अंदर क्या मौजूद है, उसे फौरन पता चल जाएगा कि आपके पेपर के अंदर क्या है. So basically, what does a research paper do? What does an abstract do? Abstract is basically written after, when your paper is complete, when your research paper is complete, and it tells to the reader that what is included in your research paper, and how that person is supposed to read that. So everything is mentioned in that abstract, right? So if you see here, if I try to expand it a little, it tells the status of me or the state of mind when I was, a fresh graduate, right? Okay, I was a fresh graduate that time, right? And I was struggling with everything. And then, I tried to be a human resource management person in any company, but I realized, okay, I cannot get a job very easily. I need a reference or something, or maybe some sort of job experience. But whatever the reason would be, I was not able to easily get a job. Then I realized, okay, now how about I become an active blogger? And then I shift myself from blogging to entrepreneurship. And if I talk about my journey, so this is what they are expressing, that Sadia's journey is a perfect example. Live your dreams, right? So now, to utilize my technical, non-technical, and managerial skills, whatever I used to learn or whatever I had learned, the acquired knowledge, the required knowledge, whatever I had in my brain, that was the phase when I realized I need to do something, right? Now, what I wanted to do, I wanted to have a successful consultancy firm. I knew the limitations, I knew the pros and cons, everything related to this particular, field. So initially, if I talk about myself, I was providing marketing assistance to some of my national and international clients, right? And that saved my a lot of time, because that was the phase when I uh, when Abdul Hadi was born, right? And I had to spend some time on him, like at least a good 1 year. So 2017 and 2018 went in that whole phase. So when my company was registered in 2017, right? So afterwards I had to face a lot of struggles, you know just because of my health issues. And I won't tell a lie, I want to be very much clear on this, right? So I was not feeling much well, and I was not even willing to hold my phone in my hands. Whenever a phone call used to come, I used to hear it like this, maybe, or I just used to put it away. No, no, I don't want to hear the calls. I was so much, terrible in my condition if I talk about myself, right? So in that time phase, I just needed some sort of motivation that, okay, now I need to pause my all the goals a little. I need to focus on myself first, my health first, my mental presence, my mental ability first. Then I can consider of every single thing easily, right? So what I did, I said, okay, it's okay whether I get one project, whether I get none for the whole year. It's okay. Nothing is going to run away. I'm not going to run away. I'm here. People are here. Everything will come with the passage of time. All I wanted was some sort of consistency, some sort of revision of whatever I had learned, some sort of, PR maintenance, which I was doing, social media management. So what I did, I used to sponsor events. I was doing petty tasks, but I was still in the eyes of people that, okay, she is doing a little, but she is doing something, right? Even then I was just trying to be a bit dormant. I was not doing over sort of marketing, like I was not over promoting myself. Okay, I am doing this, no, nothing. I said, okay, it's okay, I get one project, it's okay, doesn't matter. Two projects, doesn't matter. So this happened for like 2017 and 18. Okay, so then afterward, and luckily, I also got the best part, graduation, and they provided me around 1,000 plus of all the Microsoft applications, right? 1,000 plus. Imagine. And do you expect that a person like me who is non-technical would use 1,000 plus applications? I cannot, definitely. So what I used, I took out the needed ones from that. I took the product keys, and I'm still using them. Am I lucky? Yes, I am. Alhamdulillah. Then I tried to use Azure Cloud. It was another amazing service. It was amazing, something I love to use. I was using that. I was using my website and email address as well. So it was working really fine for me. I was happy. But I was not overburdenizing myself due to anything, right? I was so much relaxed. It's okay. I don't need to jump after the people. I mean, to get the clients, to get the projects, to put everything on my brain. So I used to avoid that. Why? Because my health was very much important for me at that phase. Then Abdul Hadi also needed my attention. So I said, okay, my child first. Let's just pause things for a little while till he is able to manage things on his own, and then I can look for other prospects and other dimensions if I have to. So what I did, I started finding projects in 2019. So my speed was slow, but I did not mind that, because that's the edge of having your own business. If you are working for someone, you are on your toes every single second. If you do even one single wrong thing, you are accountable for that even. And you cannot have even 1% chance of doing a mistake. There is no permission, there is no room for doing a mistake. If you do it, you are to be blamed. solely you, right? So what you can do at that phase is just to save yourself. You can either confess, okay, this is my mistake, I did it, and just leave the place gracefully, or you can just request them, okay, I'm sorry, I will not do this again, and please don't let me go. Okay? So if they are good enough, they would obviously retain you. But if they are trying to already violate your mental health and your self-respect and all sort of the belongings you have when you are in a particular organization, right? If they are violating that, then it means they are trying to misuse you by being over authoritative on you, right? Most of the organizations in Pakistan are unfortunately very much unfair with the employees. That's another whole story. We will talk about it some other day. Okay, now having said that, let's come back to what we were talking about. Okay, so I provided social media marketing services. Yes, that's true. I did that. And this interview was taken in 2018 actually, and it is published in 2022. Imagine the struggle these three people have been doing since this time. How many people they might have gone through? They might have gone through their supervisor, senior supervisor, maybe a bit senior supervisor, maybe some dean or senior authorities, and then they might have even sent this research paper to the to the journal publishing authorities, and they would have paid a huge amount as well. So it's not a free job when you are publishing a research paper, right? They do ask for a hefty payment for that. And for life long time, your research paper is there on the journal, and this is not going to end, right? This is how they are funding themselves. So now here, now just see what I was doing when I was doing social media marketing. I realized, okay, now I don't need to have an office for this particular thing. I don't even need to continuously sit on my laptop, because yes, that's true, I was not even in that condition to use my laptop. And I used to just lay down, and I used to just use my phone. That's it. And even then I used to turn it off after some time when I used to become tired and exhausted. So I was not overburdenizing myself. I was just trying to be calm, composed, consistent, and I was just learning things. I was just trying to get projects. I was just outsourcing them as well. I was doing some content writing that time. Whatever I would manage easily, right? I was not wasting my time. That's my whole purpose of telling all this, right? So if someone says, okay, Sadia is not able to have her own office even after good 5 years, why? Even when she is having an SMC private limited company, why? Because of my kids. Not because there is nothing to blame, no, but because of the fact that when I am a woman, when I'm a female, I have to consider the security of where I'm sitting. Is that area secure? Is that area, like the pathway, the entire pathway, secure? If I leave that place after 5 o'clock in the evening, is that area safe? And if I keep my money over there, my belongings over there, are they safe? Then am I going to get enough people visiting me over there, and would that be safe as well? Then if I want to keep my kids with me, can I do that? If I have to take care of my kids, then would I be able to do my work at the same time? So, what is the good option for me then? The safest option at that time was to work from home till my kids are, strong enough that they can manage themselves a bit well, and that is the time when I can think about leaving my home workplace, for a workspace. So till then, I said, okay, it's okay. I should not stop working. I can simply make my home my office, right? I can sit wherever I want to. I can just plug in the internet wire. I can just arrange a microphone, a good laptop. That's it. you know, and even a good camera or a better camera. That's it. I don't need to have, a lot of good stuff to show off that, okay, I got this, I got that. No, doesn't matter. Okay. Now, what I was offering in my services afterwards, I was offering, okay, so many services that I, sorry, that I considered, okay, I am proficient or a little proficient in any of these. I can offer them, right? Now, what was my plan at that phase? I wanted to have an office set up in Lahore, but at the same time, I was wondering, can I manage it or not? Is it easy, or is it going to be super challenging for me? Or, or how about I should just consider having a virtual business consultancy firm, and later on I can just make it a traditional office setup. So this is a case study which discusses all the scenario, right? This is published by Journal of Case Studies in Management, IIUM, right? You can always look for this link, and I will also provide it later on. Now here we are going to open this up. So this is the case study you can see right now in front of you, and this is the citation if you have to do it. Remember, what does the volume term mean? It means how many times overall this journal has been published in a year, right? This is what volume means. Number means how many times in one year, one single year, whether it's once, whether it's twice, whether it's thrice, whether it's four times, whether it is five times, whether it is six times, and so on, right? So this can tell you how many, after how many months each journal is published, right, within the same year. So this is the, see, this is the process. They received this on 17th December 2020. This was revised on 26th July 2021, and this was accepted in on 17th September 2021, right? So this is the whole struggle behind this case study, and now the whole world is reading this case study. Alhamdulillah, many tier, top level universities in Gulf are already exploring this case study, and they are already teaching this case study in the entrepreneurship lessons in their universities. So it's again an amazing thing for me as a person that I have been recognized indirectly, whether I may have direct interaction with any of those people or not, right? Okay, just give me. Okay, so now this case study is telling about uh, what I have been going through, and what were the options for me, what were the phases I have been going through. Now this is the background about me, right? And what I was doing, right? I was thinking of having my virtual business consultancy firm because that was the safest option for me, being a mother, and I was also a wife of businessman. So now I'm an entrepreneur as well, right? So these are the things you can understand about me. You do know my story that, okay, when I graduated from my university, when I started, doing freelancing, I started doing it since 2014. Then after, so many ups and downs, you do know my Fiverr story as well. And when I told that, okay, I was living in Paragon City that time, and I faced a lot of troubles with the internet that time. And that was the time when I understood that, okay, good and bad things do happen, we have to accept them, we have to move on, and we cannot control so many things. We can only control what is in our hands, so we should only focus on that rather than focusing on what's not in our hands, not in our domain, right? So why worry about things which are beyond our control, right? Then afterwards, what I did afterwards, I kept on exploring new dimensions for myself, and I understood that okay, I have to be very much proficient in everything, right? I have to make sure make sure that okay, I have to work hard. Okay, I'm back. All right. So this is the challenge I was facing when I was a new mother, I guess. So I realized now I have to work on the strengths I've got, and I have to work on my weaknesses as well, and I have to improve them, because without improving my weaknesses, I cannot think about growing. I cannot think about doing some progress, some serious progress, I should say, rather than saying some non-serious progress, right? So having said that, here they have told about the actual scenario of small and medium enterprises in Pakistan, and when they are talking about anything that is actual and that is natural or that is realistic, they have to cite every information. Okay, so what they have done so far, they have used the APA format, and they have used the citations, and they have referred to all these citations in the end as well, like which research paper they're referring to, which newspaper, news article, or any research thing they are referring back to, right? So these are the statistics they found that time, that what is a small enterprise. Normally it has maximum 20 employees or even less, and it can also be a single member company, SMC Private Limited, as I have it one, or medium enterprises normally having 21 to 50 employees, and can have up to 250 employees if there is manufacturing involved, right? And the annual sales turnover normally is between 75 million to 400 million for all three, if you are including trading, manufacturing, and services of medium enterprises, right? Now this is a statistical report, or this is the statistical finding mentioned in Pakistan, and it is cited in the end. Now they have talked about another keyword or another variable. Variable is something that can change, something that can alter, something that can be different in every scenario. So they have talked about the women entrepreneurship, and here again they have cited so many research papers. So when you are going through this paper, I would strongly recommend you guys to read this paper, so that you understand how much comprehensive this paper is and how much this is going to help you, whether you are a student studying entrepreneurship, whether you are studying anything about women entrepreneurship, whether you are trying to do research on women entrepreneurship, and whether you are trying to help any woman entrepreneur ever in your life by doing anything, whatever you can do, right? So normally what the women entrepreneurs prefer, you can exactly relate to what came in my mind that time. So this is backed by the research actually. This is why this case study is so much powerful, that whatever I was thinking, they have actually found relevant research material for that, and they have backed my thinking based on that. Imagine their level of effort involved. So I can definitely say they have done a lot of hard work. They need the recognition they deserve, and inshallah, using my platform, I will keep on doing that, inshallah, for them. So hats off to Kamna Baji and to all the people who are working with you for doing this amazing job. Believe me, I am actually short of words, falling short of words, I should say, that how much effort you have put to make sure that this research paper is there on the internet with a proper recognition of my Talk 360 SMT Private Limited. I'm sorry. So this is the beauty of this paper, right? They have actually, as I mentioned earlier, they have already mentioned my thought process is somehow related to the, like, there is a coexistence that if I'm thinking about something, someone else in another part of the world might also be thinking the same thing. So it can happen definitely, but at the same time, my paradigm would be different than that person, or my scenario would be different than that person, right? So now here, what kind of people exist if we talk about the women entrepreneurs, like what kind of services they are offering. Normally they are running home-based businesses, or normally they are skilled and they are highly motivated women. They are searching for a business affiliation. Normally they can be skilled women with to do or not to do mindsets, right? And if I talk about myself, I was falling into do and not to do mindset. And I was also willing to do work from home, right? So for business assistance somehow, I'm sorry. Okay, so now here they have talked about the company profile I shared with them about Talk 360. This is where you would understand what Talk 360 is. Like, I keep on tagging this Talk 360 so many times in my posts. I keep on, uh, you know, posting a lot about the things uh, about Talk 360, etc. Right? So, what's this and how close this is to my heart? Here is your answer, right? So basically, this is an SCCP registered company, which ensures the validity of this company. You can always go and check, and you can also, verify. So you can always verify this company. It's not going to be something spam, or in being involved in MLM or Ponzi schemes, all that stuff. Nah, no chance. We are not doing that. Anything like that. No. Okay, so we are working from home, especially me. We means that there are some friends of me who are also helping me out by doing some of my tasks, and we share the profits and whatever we earn somehow. We are doing that. Alhamdulillah. So in that sense, yes, we are providing business consultancy. We have registered 12 companies almost. And we are always planning to get more clients, so we will keep on doing that, inshallah. And we will look for some good prospects as well. So there was a phase when people were thinking, okay, now Sadia is not showing up on events just because she has kids with her every time, and whenever she shows up she has kids, so she cannot talk well, she cannot explore things well. But when I went to Connected Pakistan conference this time, I was so much confident that people actually appreciated me, that it's so nice to see you with your kids, that you are managing them well, so well on this type of event, where there is nothing of their interest even, but they are still with you, they are engaged, they are enjoying, and they are not even disturbing you, and you are able to achieve your goals, what you made sure that you wanted to do in this event, right? So alhamdulillah, I'm really thankful to the kids, to their father as well, my husband, I mean. These people are really amazing, and my family as well. Everyone, every single person deserves the appreciation, deserves the prayers, and deserves the support. So what I can do, I try my best to be very nice to them, to help them when they need me, to give them some nice food, and yummy food, I would say. Not even nice food, yummy food, I mean, because I love cooking. So I want, I try my best to give my 100% in cooking as well, in home course, alhamdulillah. I enjoyed that. Seriously, I enjoy that. And spending time with family, I love that. Why? Because they deserve it. They are the amazing people around me, alhamdulillah. They deserve a lot of praises. Even I fall short of words when I talk about them. So whenever I talk about my success, I can never forget their importance. Never. So thanks to Allah, thanks to Allah for the wasilas I've got in my life. And one of those wasilas is my family. The family where I live in, the family which I belong to. Alhamdulillah. Everyone is supportive, super supportive. May Allah bless all of them. May they succeed in their lives. Everyone, everyone. Ameen. All the friends who have been supporting me in my good and bad days, they have been a massive support. They leave me whenever I've been in depression. They used to counsel me a lot. They used to tell to me, okay, you are a strong person. You have to wake up. You have to stand up on your feet. You are strong enough. You can achieve your goals. You don't have to be weak. You have to work hard on everything you are doing. And just leave everything on Allah. Don't just overburdenize yourself. Just keep everything super simple, and be very much focused and be very good at dedication, and don't worry about anything at all. Okay? So this is a Talk 360 theme we are talking about. It's an SSCP registered company, and I'm operating this from home right now. And I technically and legally, especially because I can prove that, I'm the managing director of the firm. And when I was, registering it, that was such a critical day in my life. Actually, I was hardly out of my mind, actually, especially when I was on Doctor's Hospital Road, after getting the company registered. And when the SACP staff said, okay, your company is registered now, soon you will be coming to the office to receive your documents. So that was the time when I thanked them and I left their office. And that was the day. Imagine, I was sitting in their office from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with my laptop, with my charger, with my internet device, and I was working on the memorandum of association and articles of association. And I used to keep on changing things according to what they were requiring, right? So they were actually mentoring me, and I enjoyed that. 20 times they did the corrections in my write up. So I was the one who actually submitted all the documents myself. Alhamdulillah for that, that Allah Ta'ala made me this much mentally aware that time about the legal terms and about the jargons as well. So Allah Ta'ala helped me. and I made sure that okay, I have to register. Now the background behind getting this company registered dates back to 2016, before my marriage time, when I met Sir Max Babri and his wife, Miss Ma'am Majbrit Babri. Ma'am, please pardon me if I spell your name wrong. You are such an amazing and such a lovely person, believe me. I will tag Sir Max Babri as well in the video because he is an amazing person. He has always been a very good support for me. And right now I'm tagging Sir Max Babri so that he gets to know that he has been mentioned. And here, sir, I have tagged you. So this is the first person, the very first person who said to me, Beta, you have done MBHR, go for HR consultancy. Don't be worried about anything. Be strong, focused, and just register your company. Say Allah's name, register your company, and start doing work. I said, Sir, how about I don't register it right now? I can register it later on. Sir said, No, do it right away. Why? Because if you have to do something legal, something actual, something realistic, and something that should be recognized, something that should be respected, valued, honored, then you have to register your company, your business, right? So, right away, I left that place with some good hospitality from him and his wife, Alhamdulillah. And my one colleague was also there with me, Tokir Shabir. He was there with me, and Samra Khalid was also there. Uh, so these were the two people who were supporting me every time in my Talk 360 whole phase. Initial phase, I would say, when Talk 360 was just an idea. They helped me to register it. They were actually indirectly the advisors, the part of it. They were helping me get the projects as well. They were also looking for the prospects for me. So they are also worthy to mention. I cannot ignore them. They are so nice to me every time. They have been very much supportive for me, have provided me so many links. Then I would not like to miss out mentioning Sir Rehan Allahwala. And here I'm tagging Rehan Bhai. Rehan Bhai, I'm tagging you because when I met you first time on that event in Lahore, right? Even when I did not have more than 400 common people with you on my Facebook, you still allowed me to stay with you for another good 3 to 4 hours, and I was allowed to do dinner with you, all the people with you. This was a big honor for me that time. Sana Ali Khan was a Sana Tariq Khan, I'm sorry. Sana Naraz no na yaar. Sorry. So that time I went to the place and we had some nice dinner. Like we were 10 or maybe 20 people surrounded by Rehan Lawala bhai. And believe me, the total 6 hours spent that day changed my life afterwards. And not only that, Rehan Lawala bhai, believe me, just because of you, I started changing my perception about using the social media the right way. I started realizing how much importance is of having some very strong, people in my Facebook or my LinkedIn, right? And how I can take benefit of these things in my life, and how I can develop my PR, how I can maintain the offline relationships fairly, religiously. I have to be very much careful, obviously, if I talk about the professionalism. And Alhamdulillah, I have been very much good at that, just due to the blessings of Allah. I've been highly professional with each and every single person I've met, and I've respected that every single person. And as a result, I have also got the same respect, alhamdulillah, because if you have to get the respect, you have to pay the respect first. That's the basic, rule of life. Now, this is a SACP registered company, and basically, it's providing consultancy and training and development. Now, my expertise or my thesis are all related to training and development, right? But since I have also provided business consultancy, since I have interest in IT and some sort of IT background as well, so this IT, particular IT, is not actually the coding line or the technical line. It's a non-technical line, but it's still IT. ICT, it can involve some other stuff as well, related to the managerial level, right? So this is how IT consultancy exists. It's not a software house, so it's not that sort of IT consultancy. Please be mindful of that. And you know, it also provides the marketing consultancy, yes, because we provide social media marketing services. We have actually sponsored at least 5 events, like two in Lahore, two in Karachi, and one in Rahim Yar Khan. All thanks to all the people who have let me do that. And whether I mention them or not does not matter, because their work, their ability to do anything matters a lot, right? So, Alhamdulillah. Okay, now torque 360 has been derived from two terms actually. Torque is basically a physics term, and 360 degrees feedback is where I derived 360 from. So, this is what I told to Miss Kamna when she asked me what is torque 360. So I said when two opposite forces are applied on something, a resultant is produced, which is known as torque. Remember, when two forces apply on one another, equilibrium state is achieved. This is a phase when there is no more force exerted on anything. This is where, uh, you know, equilibrium is like, this is a stand, right? If I am putting this over here, like something over here, and the stand does not go like this or like this or like this or like this, and that particular thing on it does not fall, it means this thing is letting that object on it in the state of equilibrium, right? This is what I meant, right? Now, by using all these things which I have told to you, right, by giving you the idea, I can simply say that 360-degree feedback is an HR term, which means getting the feedback from everyone around you. Whether, if you talk about the organization, you will get this feedback from your juniors, from your seniors. Juniors are normally known as subordinates, your seniors, and your colleagues, and other people from other departments. But when we are talking about Talk 360, we are saying about the feedback we get on the social media, from the customers, from the freelancers, from the clients, from all sort of stakeholders who are actually looking at us, what we are doing, like how we are expressing each and everything in the market, right? So when we are doing all that stuff, when we are in the market, when we are showing our credibility, our honesty, dedication, sincerity, and how serious we are for our work, right? How much honest we are with our work, how much truthful we are, how much transparent we are. That is where 360 degrees feedback matters to us a lot. Believe me. So, this is why I always ask and request all the people who know me, please give me testimonials. It's my request. Please give me testimonials. If you have ever seen me anywhere, just express yourself, how I have been with you. Just do that. I don't mind that. Believe me. Express it and tag me and make a record of all that stuff, right? That is going to show the credibility of me in front of the clients, the customers, the stakeholders, the people who are covering me, the people who are trying to interview me, the people who are trying to understand me, what I am, right? I'm not here to do any sort of show off. No, that's not my goal. I don't have the goal even to earn money. I don't have the goal to become a millionaire. Believe me. Even if I become a billionaire one day, a billionaire one day, believe me, what's my backup plan? I would just keep maybe hardly few, thousands in my account. That's it, and I would use the rest of the money for the business to provide, jobs to other people around me who need the jobs, especially to provide free of cost education, to provide free of cost high quality, you know, health facilities to the needy people. That's my goal actually. So when I have to think for that, when I have to, you know, work on myself, on my potentials, on my abilities, that is where I realize I have to do a lot of work, a lot of work. It's nothing right now. I still have a long way to go. I still have a lot of things to do. And, having my name mentioned in Pakistan's Software Export Board is just the first step. Now I have to make sure that I am standing on the podium and talking to the public in front of the government, in front of the key people. And I am not only sharing my views, I'm actually showing something that I am doing for the nation. That is what I want. Not for the show off, not for getting some claps for me. No, I don't want that. Not for the sympathies. Oh, you lost your parents. No, it's okay. Allah Ta'ala called them. They were nice people. They were religiously very strong. They were, alhamdulillah, very noble and kind. They used to recite the Holy Quran every day. They used to offer prayer 5 times a day. They were, having no enemy at all in their whole lives. They used to get prayers. They used to have a lot of, people gathered just to talk about them positively, like how much good they have been. And these are the people I'm representing now because they have been my parents, and now I am going to be their sadka jariya for them. So, Talk 360 is basically not an entrepreneurship firm or a company, it's a social entrepreneurship company, which means I will put the society first, then entrepreneurship, then the business earning model, right? So, society comes first for me. Helping people around me comes first. Now, this is the vision: bridging the gap between mentors and trainees, freelancers and clients, and startup and customers, right? And then the mission statement is, while focusing on the existing needs of mentors as well as freelancers and startups, we aim to connect them to their trainees, clients, and customers through a secure medium. Can you notice the difference between a mission and vision statement? Normally, vision is where I want to see myself after few years, right? Or after like long term. And mission is what's my actual purpose of having this particular business. So this is the main difference between mission and vision. If you have to answer this someday, you can just get the answer from here. Okay, now what are the aims of Toxi 60? Developing a business society on a larger scale, and connecting trainers with trainees, organizing different trainings, marketing facilitation, and development sessions for startups and freelancers. Then, if I talk about my objectives, I was, quoted as saying, running a successful business to earn money was never my dream. Yes, it's true. That's what I've mentioned already. So it was just a milestone because my whole purpose was to make sure that I have to work hard on myself and for the things around me. Okay, I got the hyper kid around me. Okay, Hashir, come here. Come here. Come to mama. Okay. So he actually threw the bulb I had. Never mind. Alright. So he became so much angry when I was not responding to him, and he said, "Okay, fine. Now you have to listen to me no matter what." Right? All right. So If I talk about the challenges I've been facing, I've talked about all that stuff. What kind of services I've been offering, HR consultancy, marketing, IT business, and what in all these things, if I dig in a little bit detail, then business idea, business establishment, corporate identity, branding, graphic designing for businesses, email marketing, content creation, write ups, images, and videos. And if someday we get the enough, resources, inshallah, we will also get into IT properly, which is my backup plan as well someday, because I want to have a research lab for that, inshallah, someday, if Allah wills. So this is the one stop, one step solution, where any business person would get all the services from one doorstep. So these are the illustrations I had provided to them. So these are the models, business models, if you see them. And then registering successful business, alhamdulillah. Why I call it successful? Because this business is not bankrupt at all. This business has never taken any single loan. This business has not got enough of the investments getting in and getting no income at all. No, all the income is generated from this business, and without spending a lot of money on it even. So basically, I have covered successfully the break even point, which means that I have already exceeded the actual cost spent on this business. And after that, I have been successful, alhamdulillah, to pursue with all the goals I had in my mind related to the business, and how where I want to take this business to. What's going to be my direction for this business. And now here is a vision I shared in 2018. And if I talk about 2022, after like good 4 years, when I see where I am standing right now, you can say that okay, I have launched one successful course, which actually helped me earn good money, alhamdulillah. And then afterwards, I got so much benefit, so much recognition, that I got another enrollment in the second batch of creative writing, alhamdulillah. Now the courses are still open for registration, so I'm inviting people to get registration and to get some discounts for groups and some key benefits. And I will also launch proper training sessions, inshallah, especially related to leader and me concept, which is very new to the people around us, especially because many of us have not even bothered to study the book, Seven Habits of Highly Successful People. And we believe that okay, why we study a book and what would it do with us, or like after reading few books, will we get enough motivated to do anything we want to do? No, it's not like that. Leader in me is a whole concept that is going to change your perception about your mindset from one angle to totally another opposite angle, believe me. And if you go through that comprehensive training with me, you will see the results yourself, and then you will be the person talking about it, not me. That's it. That's what I would say simply. All you have to do is just book a demo with me, just test it out, and then give your review. I'm allowing you that. No issues at all. There's nothing, no sort of, no fear at all that, okay, I would be copied or my style would be copied. Does not matter. Does not matter. Because as long as I have the goal of having, welfare of people in my mind, that is the time, I have no longer started worrying about anything at all, right? So these are the things I've been doing. And this is some interesting thing. There is a upcoming movie. It would launch soon because it's in completion phase already. And I have provided content writing services and some other services for this, some marketing services as well. So, alhamdulillah, they have given me the credits for it as well. And inshallah, when it becomes the beauty, the sensation or the you know front focal vision or perception of audience in the cinemas, right? That is where you would see my logo as well, me and my logo, right? So if I talk about the way forward, where I want to go now in 2022, what I have done so far, I got my name recognized, I got the respect I wanted. Especially, I was able to meet the people in person whom I was only connected virtually. And the way I was talking to them, I felt they are already my family. Believe me, I was not having even a single percent of hesitation, and they were responding me the same way they were used to respond me on social media. So I realized that social media is exactly your real life as well. So we have to come out of being only in one cocoon, as Rehan Bhai says. We have to be virtual as well as physical. That's the power of being strong in PR. That's the power of having word of mouth, having the power of how you are behaving, how you are respecting others around you, how you are helping them, how you are thinking about the community collectively, individually, and if you talk about about the whole country. So these all things matter a lot as a person, as an individual, and as a collective, community. And this is how you become a change maker. This is how you become visionary. This is how you think about what this is 2022, right? And after 5 years, I want to see myself as a very different person. I want to achieve some goals designed, to be achieved in those 5 years. And if I don't achieve them, I will not say I failed. I will say, okay, at least I achieved four goals out of five, let's say. Then I would not say I'm a failure. I would say it's okay. Some goals will take a bit of time. Maybe I would spend some few more years to achieve that particular goal. It's okay. Doesn't matter at all. So this is what the mindset we all need to have. So the purpose of having this long session was to actually motivate everyone listening to me, everyone in my community who has ever known me, who has ever seen me, that please stop worrying about things that are not in your control. Start focusing on things that are in your hand, right? जो चीज़ आपके हाथ में है सिर्फ उस पर फोकस रखें. जो चीज़ आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है, आपके हाथ में नहीं है, उस पर बिल्कुल भी फोकस करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. यू विल एक्चुअली वेस्ट योर टाइम. आप अपना वक्त बर्बाद करेंगे. ठीक है. और बिलीव मी, it's so nice to talk to you people, to share my views with you people. But I do want you people to give your ideas in comments always, because I want to directly interact with you. I want to directly talk to you, and I want to share your ideas in front of the public as well. Now, interestingly, I want to share another good news with you, that since you can already see that this is the green screen behind me, and I have almost five microphones right now. I have a very nice setup of lights, alhamdulillah. All do it yourself thing, I did everything on my own and with my own brain and ideas and creativity. And I also saved my cost, because saving my cost was also my ultimate goal. So I'm doing my work. I'm doing my many things. Like this mic was, kept as a spare mic, and I'm using this Bluetooth mic right now. Ignore the wire because it's not actually connected. It's a Bluetooth mic. If you can see this, right? So these are the things I'm using. I got alhamdulillah a new laptop, right? Just to make sure that okay, now I can do some heavy tasking, properly well defined heavy tasking. That is very much important for me, and focused work, especially I would say, rather than getting distracted here and there. This is my whole goal, right? So I think I have discussed a lot about my dog 360. Now these are the questions normally which you will find in a case study every time. If you ask me, or if, like if you are a person B and you are asked about this question, do you think Sadia was right in her decision about quitting the job and setting up her own business? Most of you, most of you would definitely say yes, it was the right decision, because definitely it has proved to be helpful for me, if you ask me. Then, which obstructing factors are involved in expanding a virtual consultancy firm to a traditional office setup? Now, if I talk about the cost, obviously it will increase. You have to pay the rentals, you have to pay electricity bills, you have to manage the security. You might need to hire a guard, a security team, properly manage, security cameras, and all that security stuff. So whatever you plan, you bring the internet connection, you make sure that it is secure enough. You talk about the cyber security, every single thing that you are considering for having in an office. Then you hire a staff, you train them, you give them some allowance that they are coming to your office space. You're doing a lot of things on the back end, right? So a lot of things will increase. Your cost will increase. Your time spent in your office will increase. Your family time might reduce. There's so many pros and cons involved, right? But definitely there is no end to anything, right? We can always consider what's right at the right time and right place. That's the whole thing, and that's how HR works as well. Then question number three, would it be Sadia's smart move to invest her time, money, and other resources on a new enterprise rather than investing on the growth of an existing virtual setup? If you ask me, I would say no. Don't do that. If you're already spending good 8, 9, 10 years on one setup, one startup, you're working on its foundation, base. It would be really idiocy, idiocy, I should say, sorry, that you are actually wasting your time, right? So you should be working on what you're doing already, and you should just polish yourself. You should be consistent, persistent, you should be proactive, you should be proficient in each and everything, right? Okay, now this is the end of this journal, and by this I would like to conclude my session as well. And if you want to ask me some more questions about the challenges I have been facing, you can always, approach me in the email or on the business number I've got. And if you have some nice projects for me to do, I'm available. So, Bismillah, I'm always available. Just to let me know. And I would just, consider that, okay, uh, you are there to guide me, to uh, you know facilitate me directly or indirectly, and I will always accompany where I can, in the mission and vision I've stated already, right? So by saying all this, I would like to say Allah Hafiz to all of you. I would like to say thank you to everyone who has been listening to me ever since day one, since I am on social media. I would like to say thanks to all the people who have been very much supportive since day one and are still supporting me, whether today or not. And I would always, appreciate Rehan Bhai, whether he receives so much of, criticism from the negative people around him, and he is the most positive person I've ever seen. That, believe me, even after receiving so much criticism, he is strong and steady. He is not, letting the outer force dictate him anything at all. That's the beauty of him, Alhamdulillah. And that is what I've learned as well, and I'm still learning. And I would also say thanks to so many credible people around me. And by saying so, I would simply say that, okay, really, it's nice to have you around, and keep supporting me, keep guiding me, and I'm really, willing to do some good projects, and I would help the community, inshallah, in the long run. That's my whole goal, inshallah. And if you talk about Talk 360, yes, my mission is to make sure it's no longer, only related to Yeah, only me. It should be about the whole world, about the whole community, and that's how I believe I should be going to the way forward. Thank you for having me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for guiding me for anything, and thank you for listening to me with patience. It's really nice to have you around. And now it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say Allah Hafiz to all of you. And believe me, without your support, without your motivation, especially in the days when I was so much, down in morale, that was the time when I wanted so much of motivation from you guys, and you gave that to me. You supported me. You did not let me down, and you kept on giving me ideas, projects, and so many things. Many of the people I know, they used to tag me. They still do in so many posts. Okay, this particular person, like the service is required, and people were tagging me. Okay, this is a credible person. Use her services. Use her services. Believe me, this is an honor for me, and cannot express that in words. Right. So this is the whole story of Talk 360 in a nutshell. Expressed through a case study. But this is theoretical knowledge. Practically, you do know what I'm doing since many years. You have been seeing me already, and you see the sticker here as well. It's also Talk 360, right? And does not matter that how much branding I'm trying to do. uh, that's not my goal actually. My whole goal is to actually put the whole focus away from myself now, because I am not the focused person. I'm going to be the indirect driving force, the indirect sailor, who is actually looking at things around me, and who is actually willing to change the dimensions around me, right? Who is one of the change contributors or one of the change makers. I don't want to be the focus person that, okay, I'm a celebrity, okay, and having so many cameras around me and hello, hi. No, no. I just want to be a simple person. So my mission statement has always been an extraordinary person with extraordinary goals in life. Imagine an ordinary person saying that. What does that mean? It means a lot. So you can always find me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok, and even on Snack Video, and on Snapchat as well. But what am I doing there? Am I just putting the focus on me? No. I would be posting content. I would be raising my voice. Yes, I do that. Always do that. And I express my opinions as well. I do that. But why do I do that? For the community. That's the whole thing. So thank you for having me. Thank you for listening to me. It's really an honor to have you around. And inshallah, I will also launch my podcast. The green screen is behind me. I would work on the lighting a bit more so that there is more clarity in the video as well. And I hope the sound issues have been resolved already, because now I've got five microphones, alhamdulillah, plus the internal microphone of the laptop as well. So I've got six microphones, if I say that. And I've made sure that, okay, I also have a good phone with me, which has some nice camera result and good microphone recording ability. So I have sorted out the sound issues now. There are no sound issues at all, alhamdulillah. The only issue would be the video editing and the video development phase. So I'm working on that. I'm working on the lighting and all that stuff. And alhamdulillah, you can already see the screen behind me. So I will work on the editing now. And inshallah, you will see very nicely composed, developed videos. And a lot of content is now going to come on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and inshallah, I will also launch my podcast, etc. Right? So these are the whole. These are the things. These are the things which I am focusing on. Right? Okay. So this is the final goodbye from me. Allah Hafiz. Thank you for having me. Stay blessed. Enjoy life, and believe me that whatever you are doing is not going to change anything unless that is not going to internally satisfy you. If your internal motivation is not there, you will not be able to achieve anything, right? Thank you, Abdurrahman Usmani bhai. Really, your comments matter a lot. And yes, I can read out your comment because I want to say it's really nice to have you here. Once I saw a person who was having a tape recorder playing music in a crowded gathering. He kept dancing, and soon some individuals started joining him. At certain point, entire gatherings was up and dancing. So keep doing what you have started. Thank you. I believe that you have said right, and I trust you. I have been part of so many such initiatives, and I believe that it is the first time in your brain and mind that changes you want to see. Rest is always, really always. You're already a change maker. Thank you so much, Bhai. And thank you for also mentioning that Rehan Bhai is a super motivated. Believe me, your comments are really inspiring. जो बात आपने कही है ना भाई, ये मैटर करती है। और आज आपने कही, कल ये कोई और भी कहेगा, परसों कोई और भी कहेगा, और शायद मेरी गैर मौजूदगी में कहेगा। तो मुझे ये एहसास ज़रूर होगा कि शायद मैंने कुछ अपना किरदार अदा कर दिया है अपनी ज़िंदगी में रहते हुए, कुछ मैंने काम कर दिया है जो शायद मैं सोचती हूँ आज के पता नहीं मैं कर पाऊंगी या नहीं। Sometimes in my life I do think that there are so many things I cannot do, but then when I do them I feel so much obliged to, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I say thank you to Allah. I say thank you to all the people around me. How this happened? Mocha, miracle, right? So जो भी है, whatever it is, ये बहुत चीजें मैटर करती हैं। और हमने अपने आप को आगे लेके जब चलना होता है ना जिंदगी में, तो हमें ना अपने पिछले मकाम पे देखना होता है कि हमने उससे आगे बढ़ के क्या करना है। ठीक है, मेरा नाम एक बुक में आ गया, एक मशहूर बुक में आ गया, मेरा उन लोगों से राब्ता भी हो गया। अब आगे का काम क्या है? आगे मुझे क्या करना है? क्या मैंने वहीं पे रुके रहना है? क्या मैंने ये कहना है मेरा नाम आ गया, मेरा नाम आ गया, मेरा नाम आ गया, या मैंने कहना है नहीं मेरा नाम तो आ गया है, क्रेडिबिलिटी के लिहाज से बिल्कुल मैं बार बार वो मेंशन करूंगी, क्योंकि मुझे क्रेडिबिलिटी तो चाहिए, मुझे लोगों का एतमाद तो चाहिए। जब तक मैं अपने लोगों का एतमाद नहीं हासिल करती, मैं कैसे अपनी बात को अगले तक मनवाऊंगी या पहुंचाऊंगी? तो अगर मुझे किसी ने सुनना है, अगर मुझे किसी ने टाइम देना है, किसी ने मुझे किसी बिजनेस मीटिंग पे बुलाना है, किसी ने मुझसे बिजनेस मीटिंग करनी है, कोई प्रोजेक्ट मुझे असाइन करना है, या कोई बिजनेस डील करनी है, उसे पता तो मैं कौन हूँ, मैं क्या करती हूँ, मैं कहाँ से हूँ, मेरी बैकग्राउंड क्या है, मेरा फ्यूचर विजन क्या है। अगर मेरे पास कोई क्लैरिटी मेरे दिमाग में है ही नहीं, मुझे कुछ पता ही नहीं है कि मैंने करना क्या है, तो मैं कैसे कर लूंगी सब कुछ? कुछ भी नहीं कर सकती मैं फिर, कुछ भी नहीं। यही चीज है जो मैंने अपने माइंड को बड़ा क्लियर किया इस चीज पे। मुझे बड़ा वक्त लगा है, सच बताऊंगी, कोई चीज मैंने छुपाई नहीं है, आज तक नहीं छुपाई। मैंने हमेशा यही एहसास किया या सोचा कि जब जहाँ लोग सक्सेस स्टोरीज अपनी बताते हैं ना, वो ना अपनी स्ट्रगल फेज नहीं बताते। मैंने वो भी बताई है हमेशा, अप्स एंड डाउन्स भी बताए हैं। इसलिए नहीं बताया कि लोग मेरे पास आए मुझे हमदर्दियां जताएं, नो, बल्कि इसलिए बताया कि हकीकत, रियलिटी मैटर करती है। ठीक है, आपने जितना रियलिस्टिक होकर जिंदगी गुजारनी है ना, जितना ऑप्टिमिस्टिक होकर रियलिस्टिक होकर जिंदगी गुजारनी है, उतना ही आपको आपकी जिंदगी आसान होती नजर आएगी। अब मैंने ये करना शुरू कर दिया। बहुत सारी चीजें मैं अल्लाह तवक्कुल छोड़ देती थी, मैं कहती थी ठीक है मेरे इख्तियार में नहीं है, मैं क्या करूं, मैं टेंशन लगी कितनी को मैं अपने सर पर टेंशन ले लूंगी, मैं क्या कर लूंगी? क्या मैं उस चीज को ठीक कर सकती हूँ? नहीं। मेरे पेरेंट्स चले गए, क्या मैं, अल्लाह माफ करे, नाउजुबिल्लाह, अल्लाह मुझे माफ कर दे, ये ऐसी बात नहीं करनी चाहिए, क्या मैं उन्हें वापस बुला सकती हूँ? नहीं, मेरे इख्तियार में नहीं है। मेरी सबसे कीमती चीज थे वो सबसे कीमती चीज। उसके बाद मेरे बचपन की जो सारी यादें हैं सारी डाउन, खत्म। ना मुझे बचपना पता मेरा, वो सारा मेरा टेंशन में ही फेस गुजरा है ना। मतलब मैंने फिर अपने आप को कैसे बिजी किया है पढ़ाई में। सारा सारा दिन मैं रोड्स पे फिर रही थी। रोड्स पे फिरने का मतलब ये नहीं है अल्लाह माफ कर मैं आवारागर्दी कर रही थी, तो मतलब ये था कि मैं आपको रूटीन बता देती हूँ मेरी बीकॉम में क्या रूटीन थी जनाब। बीकॉम में मैं सुबह के टाइम 8:30 बजे नाश्ता करती थी, 9 बजे 8:30 جو بھی میں نے کھانا پکا کر دوپہر کا نکلنا ہوتا تھا گھر سے. ٹھیک ہے, میں نے کھانا پکا کے مائکرو ویو میں رکھ دینا, مائکرو ویو میں بند نہیں کرتی تھی, ظاہری بات ہے کہ گرمی ہے تو آپ نے مائکرو ویو بند کیا تو خراب ہو جاتا ہے کھانا, تو آپ کو پتا ہی ہے کہ آپ کو تھوڑا اوپن رکھنا پڑے. البتہ میری عادت ہوتی ہے کہ ہمیشہ میں نے کوئی چیز کو کیا نا, میں پکائی ہے تو میں اس کو ہلکا سا ڈھک ضرور دیتی ہوں, جب وہ تھوڑی سی نارمل ہو جائے, ٹھنڈی ہو جائے, ہیٹڈ نہ ہو. گرم پہ کبھی بھی ڈھکنا نہیں چاہیے, اس میں بھی اسمیل وغیرہ آ جاتی ہے. تو میں نے اس کو کور کرنا کر کے چلے جانا, اور میں نے اپنی بہن کو میسج کرنا کہ اوکے یور لنچ از ان دا مائکرو ویو, وین یو کم بیک ٹو ہوم برنگ 2 روٹیز فور یو. میں کہاں تھی, میں پہلے کالج جاتی تھی, کالج کے بعد میں فارغ ہوتی تھی وہاں سے لوکل کنوینس لیتی تھی. ٹھیک ہے, کیونکہ گاڑی تو تھی نہیں اس ٹائم پہ میرے پاس اویلیبل کہ میں گاڑی پہ جاتی, اور نہ میں افورڈ کر سکتی تھی, سیدھی سی بات ہے, جھوٹ کیا بولنا. تو میں نے لوکل کنوینس لے کے جانا اکیڈمی, اور بیچ میں مجھے واک بھی کرنا پڑتا تھا, تو میں نے آپ کو بتایا ہی نہیں, 2 کلومیٹر میری ڈیلی کی واک تھی. واک کرنی وہاں پہ مجھے پھر کرتے کراتے شام ہو جاتی تھی, بلکہ رات ہو جاتی تھی. واپسی کی وین لگوائی ہوئی تھی, مجھے آتے آتے رات کو 9 بج جانے. امیجن ایک بندہ صبح کا 8:30 9 بجے کا ناشتہ کر کے گیا ہوا ہے اور رات کو 9 بجے کھانا کھا رہا ہے, سارا ٹائم پڑھائی میں گزر رہا ہے, کوئی آوارہ گردی نہیں, کوئی نہیں. تو میں نے یہی کہنا ہے نا کہ میں سڑکوں میں ٹائم گزارا, کہوں گی کہ نہیں. سیٹرڈیز بھی میرے ایسے ہی گزرتے تھے, سنڈے کا دن ہی فارغ ہوتا تھا نا, سنڈے کا چلو فیملی کے ساتھ تھوڑا ٹائم گزار لیا, دیٹس اٹ. لیکن سنڈے کو میں کیا کر رہی ہوتی تھی, گھر پہ میں پڑھ رہی ہوتی تھی. کوئی ٹیسٹ آ گئے ہیں, کوئی اسائنمنٹس آ گئی ہیں, اس کا کام الگ تھا, کیونکہ اتنا تو ورک لوڈ تھا, کالج کا کام ہوم ورک وغیرہ الگ ہوتا تھا, اور ہر چیز ٹائم پہ کرنے کی عادت ہوتی تھی مجھے. ٹھیک ہے, وہی چیز پھر آگے ایم بی اے میں چلی. ایم کام میں بھی 1 سال لگایا تھا, پھر میں بیمار ہو گئی, میں نے ایم کام چھوڑ دیا, کیونکہ ایم کام کا سچ بتاؤں تو اب اسکوپ رہا نہیں ہے. ٹھیک ہے, ایم کام کی کوئی ڈیمانڈ نہیں ہے, کوئی ویلیو نہیں ہے, تو میں نے اس لیے چھوڑ دیا. میں نے ایم بی اے میں ایڈمیشن لے لیا. ایم بی اے میں نے اپنے آپ کو بڑا گروم کیا, محنت کی اپنے آپ پہ, اپنے آپ کو پالش کیا, اس لیے کہ میں نہ کرتی تو پھر میں نے کیا کہتے ہیں کونے پہ پڑا ہوا نا, جو اسٹوڈنٹ نہیں ہوتا جس کو نہ کوئی پوچھتا ہے, نہ وہ کسی کو کمیونیکیٹ کرنے کے قابل ہوتا ہے, اور نہ لائک ہی رہے گا سارا ٹائم, اور ویسے پاس آؤٹ ہو کے مطلب چلا گیا ہے یونیورسٹی سے, اور کوئی ویلیو اس نے نہیں اپنے اینڈ سے دی ہے یونیورسٹی کو. میں نے ویلیو دی ہے اپنی یونیورسٹی کو, میں نے اپنا ٹائم دیا ہے, میں نے اپنی یونیورسٹی کے ایونٹس میں حصہ لیا ہے, میں نے وہاں پبلک اسپیکنگ کی ہے. اس لیے نہیں کی کہ مجھے اپنے آپ کو سیلیبریٹی بنانا تھا, کیونکہ اس لیے کہ مجھے کچھ کرنا تھا, میرے اندر وہ چاہ تھی مجھے کچھ کرنا ہے. اگر میں نہیں کچھ کروں گی تو کیا ہوگا, زیادہ سے زیادہ ویلی بیٹھی رہوں گی, کوئی مجھے کچھ کہہ تو نہیں سکتا نا کہ بھئی یہ ویلی کی بیٹھی ہے, یہ کچھ کر نہیں رہی. پر میں سوچتی تھی کہ نہیں, اللہ تعالیٰ کو تو میں جواب دوں, اللہ تعالیٰ تو دیکھ رہے ہیں نا, کوئی اور مجھے دیکھیے نہ دیکھے کیا فرق پڑتا ہے, اللہ دیکھ رہے ہیں نا, یہ چیز میٹر کرتی ہے. اب بولتے میں نے نا, جب میں یہ ایک اسکول میں جاب کر رہی تھی, وہاں نا میں نے بچوں کا ایک موٹیویشنل سیشن دیا کلاس کے اندر ہی نا. میں نے انہیں کہا کہ میں نے نا 3 چیزیں اپنے پاپا سے سیکھی ہیں, میں آپ کو شیئر کرنا چاہتی ہوں. میں نے یہ 2 کلاسز میں بتائی, ایک میں نے کلاس 7 میں بتائی, ایک میں نے کلاس 6 میں شاید بتائی, اور شاید ایک میں نے ایک دفعہ کلاس میں 5 میں بھی بتائی. ٹھیک ہے, میں نے کہا کہ میں نے 3 باتیں سیکھی ہیں. پہلی چیز, پاپا نے ایک کوٹیشن بتائی تھی, ویژن وداؤٹ ایکشن از اے ڈریم, ایکشن وداؤٹ ویژن جسٹ پاسز دا ٹائم, ویژن ود ایکشن کین چینج دا ورلڈ. یہ نیلسن منڈیلا کی ایک بہت مشہور کوٹ ہے. میرے پاپا نے کہا تھا بیٹا یہ اپنے پلو سے باندھ دو, یہ آپ کو تو بٹا ہے نا, جیسے یہ میرا اسکارف ہے, اس کے پلو سے نا ایسے باندھ دو, ایسے, یہ گرا لگا, یہ ہوگا آپ کا, یہ ایسے اپنے آپ کو رکھو. ٹھیک ہے. ان کا دوسری چیز میرے پاپا نے کہی کہ بیٹا اللہ تعالیٰ نے انسان کا ایک ظاہر رکھا ہوا ہے, ایک باطن رکھا ہوا ہے. ظاہر وہ چیز ہے جو آپ دوسروں کو دکھا رہے ہو, باطن وہ ہے جو صرف آپ کو پتہ ہے, کوئی اور نہیں جانتا. اگر یہ ظاہر اور باطن سیم ہے نا, تو پھر آپ دنیا فتح کر سکتے ہو, کیونکہ آپ کو ڈر ہی نہیں ہے, آپ فیئر لیس ہو. آپ کو سوائے اللہ کے کسی کے آگے جھکنے کی ضرورت نہیں ہے, آپ کو کوئی خوف نہیں ہے, کوئی فکر ہی نہیں ہے کہ آپ کس کو اکاؤنٹیبل ہو جاؤ گے, کتنی کا حد تک اکاؤنٹیبل ہو جاؤ گے. ایک لیول آئے گا جب کوئی بندہ آپ کو کنٹرول کرنا چھوڑ دے گا, وہ کہے گا یہ بندہ تو ہمارے کنٹرول میں آ ہی نہیں رہا. ٹھیک ہے, تو پھر وہاں پہ کیا ہوگا, آپ جب اتنے اسٹرانگ ہو چکے ہوگے, تو وہاں پہ ہی تو علامہ اقبال کہتے ہیں खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है। यानी अल्लाह ताला आपको इस लेवल पे ले आएंगे जब आप अपने आप पर इतनी वर्किंग कर चुके होंगे कि अल्लाह ताला आपके शारक से वैसे ही करीब है। अल्लाह ताला तो आपको ऐसे सुनेंगे और ऐसे आपकी बातें मानेंगे, आपको समझ नहीं आएगी ये हो क्या रहा है, क्योंकि आप अल्लाह की बात मान रहे हैं, अल्लाह ताला आपकी बात मानेंगे। ये अल्लाह ताला कहते हैं, ये इसका मतलब है खुद ही कहते हैं आपका जो बातें है, जो चीज आपकी इनर सेटिस्फैक्शन है, इनर मोटिवेशन है, ये मैंने यही बात थोड़ी देर पहले भी की थी कि इनर मोटिवेशन नहीं है, यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग एट ऑल। तो वो डेवलप्ड रखना बहुत जरूरी है। मेरे डिप्रेशन फेजेस में मुझे अगर कोई चीज बचाती है आई एम सॉरी, मुझे कोई चीज अगर बचाती है वो इनर मोटिवेशन है। कहीं ना कहीं मेरे ज़हन में ये बात रह चुकी होती है, मेरे सब कॉन्शियस में, कि नहीं यार मैं बेकार नहीं हूँ, मुझे कुछ करना है, कुछ करना है, जो मर्जी हो जाए कुछ तो करना है। कितना को टाइम लगेगा, कितनी को मेहनत लगेगी, कितनी को बातें सुनने को मिल जाएंगी, इट्स ओके, करने दो, लेट इट हैपन, डज नॉट मैटर। कुछ करना है, अपने लिए नहीं, सिर्फ अपनी फैमिली के लिए, अपनी औलाद के लिए, अपने जनरेशन्स के लिए, जिनके लिए हमने एक रोल मॉडल बनना है, उस कम्युनिटी के लिए एज अ होल। अगर हम एक बिगर पिक्चर की बात करें तो हमें कुछ करना है। उसके लिए फिर हमें क्या करना है, हमें अपनी इनर मोटिवेशन को खत्म नहीं होने देना। हमें जितना मर्जी डिप्रेशन हो सकता है, जो कि एक शैतान की तरफ से हमारे पर डायरेक्ट ऐसा अटैक होता है हमारे ऊपर, ठीक है, हमें उस चीज को कंट्रोल करना है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। क्योंकि अगर हम ये नहीं करेंगे ना, तो जो भी एलिमेंट्स, जो नेगेटिव एनर्जीज है ना, जो हमारे दिमाग को कंट्रोल करने के लिए होती हैं, एक इधर से थप्पड़ मारे, इधर से थप्पड़ मार रहा है, एक इधर से थप्पड़ आ रहा है, इधर से थप्पड़ आ रहा है, और कोई गर्दन दबा रहा है, कोई आप बाजू से आपको पकड़ रहा है, ठीक है, कोई आपको ऐसे ऐसे पकड़ रहा है, कोई मतलब किसी भी तरह से आपको ग्रिप करने की कोशिश कर रहा है। तो अगर आपने उससे छुड़वाना है अपने आप को, तो फिर इनर मोटिवेशन आपको चाहिए। अगर ये नहीं है ना, और मैं क्यों अब ये अपने हाथ अपने क्यों मूव कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि जो मैं बात कर रही हूँ उसमें क्या मेरे हाथ, मेरी बॉडी लैंग्वेज साथ दे रही है कि नहीं, या मेरे हाथ बस ऐसे ही पड़े हुए हैं यूं ढीले, और मैं कुछ नहीं कर पा रही, कभी यूं जा रहे हैं, कभी यूं जा रहे हैं, कभी यूं। तो मैं अपने हाथ या अपनी बॉडी लैंग्वेज अगर मैं सपोर्टिव नहीं रखूंगी, तो इसका मतलब है मैं अपनी बात को कन्वे ही नहीं कर सकती सिरे से। अगर मेरा आई कांटेक्ट नहीं है कैमरा पे, अब ये मैं कैमरा को देख रही हूँ, ठीक है, कैमरा के थ्रू मैं आप लोगों को देख रही हूँ, चलो मैं ये कहती हूँ, अगर मेरा ये आई कांटेक्ट नहीं है मैं कभी यूं देख रही हूँ, कभी यूं देख रही हूँ, वी ऐसे, और मैं कोई फोकस से बात नहीं कर रही, इसका मतलब है मेरे अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस है ही नहीं। और वो कॉन्फिडेंस क्यों नहीं है, क्योंकि मेरे अंदर इनर मोटिवेशन नहीं है। तो इनर मोटिवेशन चाहिए, तो उसके लिए ज़रूरी है कि मेरे दिमाग को फ्रेश होना पड़ेगा, मुझे एक्सटर्नल नेगेटिव एनर्जी से दूर रहना होगा। जो लोग मुझे ऐसे कर रहे हैं, ऐसे कर रहे हैं, ऐसे कर रहे हैं, ऐसे कर रहे हैं, मैं एक मिसाल दे रही हूँ, उनसे मुझे छुटकारा पाना है। डज दैट मीन मुझे उन्हें बुरा भला कहना है? नो। डज दैट मीन मुझे बदतमीजी करनी है? नो। डज दैट मीन मुझे अब्यूज करना है? नो। डज दैट मीन मुझे उनसे बदले लेने? नो। डज दैट मीन मुझे उनसे ग्रज रखना है? नो, नथिंग। बल्कि मैंने क्या करना है, मेरा काम है उनके लिए दुआ करना, हिदायत की दुआ, उनके भले के लिए काम करना, उनकी मदद करना जब वो तकलीफ में हो, ठीक है। विदाउट दैट हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते, नथिंग। चलो, ये मैंने काफ़ी ज़्यादा डिटेल में अब सारा कुछ बताया, और ये इस वजह से बताया क्योंकि अब्दुलरहमान उस्मानी भाई का कमेंट आया था और मैं बहुत मोटिवेटेड हुई, तो मुझे एहसास हुआ कि मुझे ज़रूर इस पर कुछ बात करनी चाहिए। तो अब काफ़ी ज़्यादा डिटेल में डिस्कशन हो गई है, और अब इसी चीज़ को और इसी विजन को ज़हन में रखते हुए ना, मैं ये बताना चाह रही थी कि ये मैंने ग्रीन स्क्रीन क्यों लगाई है, क्योंकि इसका मकसद होता है कि ये ना जो आपका बैकग्राउंड होता है ना सारा का सारा, जैसे मेरी पूरी तस्वीर एक आ रही है ना, अगर मैं इसको एडिटिंग में ले जाऊंगी ना, लेट से डाउनलोड करके इस वीडियो को, और मैं कोई काइन मास्टर या कोई इस टाइप की एप्लीकेशन यूज करूँ, तो ना सारा का सारा बैकग्राउंड रिमूव हो जाएगा। तो ये फायदा होता है ग्रीन स्क्रीन का, ठीक है। تو جب یہ بیک گراؤنڈ ریموو ہو جائے گا میں اپنی مرضی کے بیک گراؤنڈس لگا سکتی ہوں. میں نے اگر کوئی ویڈیو بیچ میں شو کرانی ہے, یعنی ایک السٹریٹو اچھی سی ویڈیو بن جائے گی, مجھے وی ایف ایکس اچھے افیکٹس لگانے آ جائیں گے. تھوڑا بہت میں نے ٹرائی بھی ماری تھی 2-3 ویڈیوز وغیرہ میں. تو یہ سب مقصد ہے کہ میں نے ٹاک شو انشاءاللہ اسٹارٹ کرنا ہے. پہلے بھی میں نے 1-2 پریزنٹیشن ویڈیوز اس پہ اپلوڈ کی تھی, اور ایک بلکہ میں نے شاید میں آپ کو دکھا بھی دیتی ہوں. میں نے ٹال 360 کا آفیشیل اینتھم لانچ کیا تھا, اور لانچ کیسے کیا دیکھیں, ابھی کام تو زیادہ تر میں ہی کر رہی ہوں. تو میں نے کیا کیا, میں نے بیسیکلی اس کے ساتھ اپنی ساری بات کو ختم کرنا ہے, ٹھیک ہے, کنکلوڈ کرنا ہے, ٹھیک ہے. تو میں سب سے پہلے آپ کو شیئر اسکرین کرتے ہوئے ٹیب آپ کو دکھانے لگی ہوں. کروم ٹیب کو میں شیئر کر رہی ہوں جی. یہ ٹال 360 کا پیج ہے اور اس کے اوپر میں نے شیئر کیا ہوا ہے, ٹھیک ہے. اس کو ہم بعد میں دیکھ لیتے ہیں, ٹھیک ہے. یہ میں نے یہاں پہ شیئر کیا ہوا ہے, تو میں چاہتی ہوں کہ میں یہ پلے کر دوں. یہ جو تھا نا, یہ میں نے ویسے ٹک ٹاک سے ایڈٹ کی تھی. اس میں کیا ہوا ہے کہ جب یہ اس میں وہ امیجن ڈریگنز کا سانگ ہے بلیور, تو جب وہ پہلی دفعہ بولتا ہے نا بلیور 2 دفعہ, تو تب میں نے بھی اونچا لاؤڈ اس میں ساتھ بلیور بولا ہے. تو اس سے آپ کو یہ لگے گا کہ جیسے میں نے بھی ساتھ سنگ کیا, میں نے ساتھ سنگ نہیں کیا, میں نے صرف ورڈ بلیور بولا ہے, صرف اس لیے کیونکہ میں اس ورڈ پہ فوکس کرنا چاہتی تھی, ٹھیک ہے. یہ ہے جی جو کہ بیسیکلی میں نے کمپوز کی تھی, اور یہ آپ کو پلے کر کے دکھاتے ہیں. آئی گیس پتہ نہیں اب آپ کو آواز آ رہی ہے کہ نہیں. سوری, محفوظ نہیں ہوتے. سو بیسیکلی یہ ڈائری کھلتی ہے کانسیپٹ اس طرح, اور جیسے پانا ہے میری آواز جاگ جاؤ اے ابن آدم, اگر چاہتے ہو کہ تھم جائے طوفان تو آگ لگاؤ اے ابن آدم. اس میں میوزک افیکٹ بھی ہے, بنا نہیں سکتے. یہ پوئٹری میں نے باقاعدہ خود لکھی تھی, یہ ڈائری پہ لکھی ہوئی ہے. میں اس کی پکچر بھی لے کے اپلوڈ کرتی ہوں تاکہ آپ کو آئیڈیا ہو کہ میں نے لکھا کیا ہوا, ٹھیک ہے. سپنوں کے کوئی دن مخصوص نہیں ہوتے, امید ہے کہ آپ کو یہ آواز آ رہی ہے. پختہ ارادے محفوظ نہیں ہوتے, سپنوں کے کوئی دن مخصوص نہیں ہوتے. کس نے کہا کہ پختہ ارادے محفوظ نہیں ہوتے. اگر تم نے کچھ پانا ہے تو جاگ جاؤ اے ابن آدم, اگر چاہتے ہو کہ تھم جائے طوفان تو آگ لگاؤ اے ابن آدم. کون کہتا ہے تم کچھ بنا نہیں سکتے, کون کہتا ہے کہ تم کچھ دکھا نہیں سکتے. سپنوں کے کوئی دن مخصوص نہیں ہوتے. کس نے کہا کہ پختہ ارادے محفوظ نہیں ہوتے. سپنوں کے کوئی دن مخصوص. چلو, امید ہے کہ یہ آپ کو ویڈیو اچھی لگی ہوگی. میں اس کا بھی لنک آپ کو شیئر کر دیتی ہوں یہاں پہ, تاکہ آپ کو پتا ہو کہ میں نے کس چیز کی بات کی تھی, ٹھیک ہے. میں یہاں پہ ساتھ ساتھ کامنٹس اس لیے کر رہی ہوں کیونکہ میں چاہتی ہوں کہ جو بھی چیز آپ دیکھ رہے ہیں وہ کلیئر آپ کو نظر بھی آئے, اور میرا جو مقصد تھا اس ڈیٹیلڈ سیشن کے پیچھے وہ بھی پورا ہو جائے. میرا ایکچولی بہت جو ہے نا مشکل ہو جاتا ہے کوئی بھی ویڈیو کو اپلوڈ کرنا, صرف اس لیے کہ میری روٹین اس طرح کی کمپلیکیٹڈ ہوتی ہے کہ میں اگر ایک پلان کرتی ہوں نا کہ میں نے 10 بجے ایک چیز کرنی ہے, تو وہ کچھ نہ کچھ وجہ سے وہ ڈیلے ہو جاتی ہے. کوشش تو رہتی ہے کہ ٹائم پہ ہو جائے, پر آج کل دائرہ بچوں پہ بھی فوکس کر رہی ہوں, تو اس لیے پھر چیزیں اپ اینڈ ڈاؤن ہو جاتی ہیں. اس کے لیے تو معذرت ہے, پر آن پرپز نہیں ہوتا یہ کہ میں جان بوجھ کے ایسا کچھ کروں, ایسا نہیں ہوتا. بس کبھی ایسی فیملی انگیجمنٹ آ جاتی ہے, یا کوئی گھر پہ بچوں کا کوئی ٹاسک آ جاتا ہے جس میں وہ مجھے کہتے ہیں کہ آپ ہمیں جو ہے نا ہم سے بات کریں، مطلب یہ جو بھی ہے. تو اس وجہ سے پھر چیز تھوڑی ڈیلے ہو جاتی ہے، اس کے لیے معذرت. اور ہیونگ سیڈ دیٹ، میں نے کافی کچھ اپنے بارے میں بھی شیئر کیا، اپنا ویژن ڈسکس کیا. میری سٹوری آپ لوگ آلریڈی جانتے ہیں، اور میری جو بھی جہاں جہاں بھی میرے بارے میں کوئی نہ کوئی چیزیں ہیں موجود ہیں، وہ بھی آپ لوگ جانتے ہیں. تو میں ان چیزوں کو ریپیٹ بار بار کرتی جاؤں دیٹ وڈ ناٹ ہیلپ می اور یو اینی وے. سو ہم لوگوں کا موو فارورڈ کرنا ہے، اور اب ہمیں ایک روڈ میپ بنانا ہے، ایک ویژن کو لے کے چلنا ہے. اور اس کے لیے میں چاہتی ہوں کہ جب آپ لوگوں نے مجھے سن ہی لیا ہے، مجھے ریکگنائز بھی کر لیا ہے، رسپیکٹ بھی کر دیا ہے، تو اب آگے سنیں کہ میں کیا چاہتی ہوں، اور کیا میں اکیلے وہ کر سکتی ہوں. نہیں، میں اکیلے نہیں کر سکتی، کیونکہ یہ اکیلے کرنے کا کام ہی نہیں ہے. وی ہیو ٹو بی اے ٹیم، وی ہیو ٹو کولیبوریٹ، وی ہیو ٹو ورک ٹوگیدر. میرا ٹال 360 سے ریلیٹڈ آپ کو کوئی سروس چاہیے، لیٹ می نو. آپ کو مجھے مطلب آپ کی کوئی سروس چاہیے تو میں بھی آپ کو بتاؤں گی. اس طرح ہم کچھ کولیبوریشنس کی طرف آئیں، کچھ ایسا ایکو سسٹم ڈیولپ کریں جس میں مونوپلی نہ ہو. میں اولیگوپلی کا ویو رکھتی ہوں کہ آپ ایک ایسا ایکو سسٹم بنا دیں جہاں پہ ہر کسی کی ایک آواز ہے، ہر کسی کی ایک سے ہے، یعنی کہ ہر کوئی کچھ کہہ سکتا ہے، اس کو اختیار ہے کہ اس کو سنا جائے گا، اس کو رسپیکٹ دی جائے گی، اور ہر دوسرا بندہ اس کو ایک اچھا لسنر ہوتے ہوئے سنے گا. تو یہ چیز ہم بھی کریں گے ٹاپ 360 کے تھرو بھی، اور یہی ہم سکھائیں گے بھی سب کو کہ اچھا لسنر بننا کیسے ہے. یہ چیزیں بہت میٹر کرتی ہیں، اور اسی سے انسان کی شخصیت نکھرتی ہے، ابھرتی ہے، اور معاشرے میں کوئی کردار ادا کرتی ہے. سو تھینک یو فار ہیونگ می، thank you for listening to me and thank you for getting some you know ideas from me. اور کوئی بھی آپ کے ذہن میں چیز آتی ہے جو کہ آپ نے میرے تھرو لوگوں تک پہنچانی ہے، تو یو کین آلویز کاؤنٹ می ان. میں نے کچھ سوشل ایشوز پہ بھی بات چیت آج کل کرنی ہے، کچھ میں پوسٹ بھی کرتی رہتی ہوں. کوشش تو کرتی ہوں میں ذرا پولیٹیکل ہی رہوں اور ریلیجن پہ بھی میں زیادہ نہیں اس طرح آرگومنٹ کرتی، اس لیے کیونکہ میرا مقصد لڑائی کا نہیں ہے، میرا مقصد کسی کو ناراض کرنا نہیں ہے، یا کسی کو ہرٹ کرنا نہیں ہے. ٹھیک ہے، میں کہتی ہوں فرینڈلی طریقے سے آپ ایک اچھے طریقے سے دلائل دے کے بات کریں، جس میں اگلا کے دل آزاری بھی نہ ہو، پرسنل اٹیک نہ کریں، کسی کو نقصان نہ پہنچائیں، کسی سے دشمنی نہ کریں، گرج نہ رکھیں، برا بھلا نہ کریں، لیکن اپنی بات منوائیں جہاں پہ منوانی چاہیے، جہاں پہ آپ کو بولنا چاہیے وہ ضرور کریں، سچ بولیں، کیونکہ جھوٹ میں کچھ نہیں رکھا، بلیو می. جتنا جھوٹ بولیں گے اتنا پھنسیں گے. تو یہ سب جب میں نے کہہ دیا تو امید ہے کہ شاید آج کا جو میرا یہ پرپس ہے سیشن کا وہ یہ کمپلیٹ ہوا ہے. امید ہے کہ اگلی دفعہ میرے پاس کچھ اور انفارمیشن ہوگی یا کوئی اور ڈسکشن پوائنٹس ہوں گے جس کی وجہ سے پھر ہم اگلے جو ہے نا سیشن کو کیری فارورڈ کر سکیں گے. سو ٹل دین، اللہ حافظ. دعاؤں میں یاد رکھیں، اپنا بہت زیادہ خیال رکھیں. اینڈ دس از می سادیہ مظہر سائننگ آف. اللہ حافظ.